Hello. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I'd like to talk to you of another film that I believe is severely underrated, and that is Friday the 13th, Part 5, The New Beginning, which cast members, really anybody I don't really know. Yeah, and the story follows around um I think Tommy Doyle, whom we've seen from part four, into adult man who's severed heavily trauma from his occurrence with Jason Voorhees, who's now in a little mental facility that's kind of in the woods, so he can kind of just make friends and tries to be normal. And then mysterious killings start eroding around him and his fellow patient slash friends. And this film, I looked into this film, and this one is considered the most controversial, one of the most controversial in the franchise. And I applaud the film for doing something different. This is one of those films, it's either you love it or hate it. And I loved it. I didn't like it over time, but I didn't like it at first, but over time, it started to grow on me. And I think this is one of my favorite Friday the 13th films. Because the film plays out a little bit, different when you get all these characters, and the next thing you know, you start getting random killings that kind of erode. I mean, there's something that happens at the early stages of the film where somebody gets murdered on the mental facility, but it after that, murders start occurring, and this is the weird thing. If you pay attention, like if you really pay attention, um, there isn't anything really indicating it could be Jason Voorhees, because in the previous films there was something always attributing back to the previous to kind of show like what happened like previously on Friday the 13th, where you see snippets and scenes. This film starts with a dream sequence of Tommy of finding Jason Voorhees in his grave and just opening it, just see the body, and then he wakes up, which is stupid. Not stupid of the scene, just stupid. Why would you go to a dead person's grave? And well, actually, no. I remember what happened. He goes in and sees it, and then he randomly sees two guys just run up and starts digging the grave out just to see his body. And Jason wakes up and stabs both of them. Sees Tommy, walks into him and slashes him, but it was a dream. Tommy wakes up. And they had like da-da-da, like the knife kind of pops up like da-da-da, da-da-da, ooh, and it stabs him. Da-da-da, ooh, which is over dramatic now, but back then it was kind of, like wow, it's kind of funny. And then each later on, you reveal a little bit more of the figure of Jason Killing, um, and it actually reveals towards the end it's somebody else. It's not Jason Voorhees that's killing people. I'm gonna spoil the film a little bit because the movie's back in the 80s. Who hasn't seen it? Probably anybody who's not a Friday the 13th fan. So what I liked about it was that bold twist. Um, I won't lie to you, I was a little bit let down that it wasn't the actual antagonist, but to reveal what actually was happening and the person was really acting. I won't say who it is. But the bad guy imitating Jason's persona and proceed on trying to kill these people, and then the twist at the end reveals that it's not actually Jason, was shocking, very shocking. Um, and to be honest, why I believed it's to me is one of the best Friday the 13th is that it still kind of captured that old school slasher vibe to it with the franchise. And then once the other ones start coming out, they start changing, be a little bit more experimental, and I'm all for that. I actually prefer being more experimental, but you know, it was like the last serious kind of like Friday 13th horror film, and then the other ones you kind of start, having it be a little bit more funnier, straight out ridiculous. I mean, you got a sequel that he goes to literally New York City, and then you have one where he's fighting a telepathic teenager. And then you have the other one, which another divisive one where he goes to hell. But this one tries to retain the old Friday the 13th vibes, and I loved it for it. Then you have the infamous twist that it actually wasn't Jason Voorhees. I actually like the mask better than the other ones. I really dug the mask. He has the blue um, things on the side of the face. The reds are gone. It's a whole new mask. And what I noticed that this was the film that officially made Jason start walking, even though, like I said, it's not him. I liked it that he ran in the previous movies, because it's like when he ran, he was, even though he was the undead, it's still like he still has some humanity in him. But I guess in each film after he comes back, he loses that, becomes more the undead, and and I think in part 4 when Tommy was slashing him, I'm assuming he got his legs and damaged his legs, but there's really nothing explaining that. But I think in the remake he runs. If I remember, there's snippet of the trailer where he ran. I'm glad that he ran, but this one they tried to be a little bit like Michael, but I didn't like that. But I thought overall this was a good Friday the 13th film. There were just random things, characters that kind of came in and out. So it was more about really Tommy encountering the antagonist and finding out it's not actually the antagonist. It was a bold film, bold horror film that I really appreciated over time. And I'm looking back, this is one of my favorite, if not probably second favorite Friday the 13th film. Actually, it might be my number one. Yeah, I think it might be my number one favorite. That's weird saying, knowing that Jason is not actually in this. Only maybe except for dream sequences. But let me know in the comment section if you have seen this, what you thought about it, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.